What is your name in each?
I'm Anna Kadane, and I am 86 years old.
Thank you.
I'm Melvin Kadane, and I'm 91 years old.
Who's after me?
What was your maiden name?
Cohn, K-O-H-N.
Where and when were you born?
I was born in Altoona, May 17, 1925, in the Altoona Hospital.
Where have you lived in your life? Where were you born?
I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, July 19th, 1920.
And what did you ask?
Where have you lived? Like, have you lived anywhere besides Altoona or Philadelphia?
Well, I lived in Evanston, Illinois for 4 years when I went to college.
You went to college at Northwestern University.
Now, how about you?
How about me? Well, I was born in Philadelphia. I went to University of Pennsylvania, Wharton Evening School. I graduated in 1942. Enlisted in Uncle Sam's Army, which is what brought me to Altoona, Pennsylvania. You want to go on from there? Or?
Sure, if you want to.
Well, I don't know what you're looking for. Why are we in Altoona?
Basically.
They,
Well, that's one of our questions, but it's coming up.
or should I just continue on?
If you want to.
The training program for the what was then called the Army Signal Corps was to be in State College, but they kept us here in Altoona where they used the railroad shops as a training place. But I knew Rabbi Sam Cook, who had been an assistant rabbi in Philadelphia, had come to Altoona to take over the congregation here. And he and I got together, and Rabbi Cook introduced me to the congregation of Temple Beth Israel, and the rest is history, because that's where we met Anna Bernice Cohn, and we kept in touch all through the war years. And after the war was over, I came back to Altoona, and here we are.
Do you speak other languages?
I do not know.
No.
What is your Hebrew name?
Hannah Barrow.
I don't really know, but I think you could use Melech.
What countries did your family come from?
My parents were born in America.
You?
My parents were born in the United States.
How did your family come to Altoona?
Well, I just told you how I got here.
Yeah, I know that. Just put on.
Sissy, how did your family come to Altoona?
Well, my father came here as a window trimmer for Meyer Johnson. My mother was born here, and her father was in business here. His father came here from New York, and they were very much into the synagogue. And every weekend, that would be my great-grandfather used to bring all of the transient Jews home to my great-grandmother for the weekend. She had 7 children and all the transients.
What were your parents' occupations? Like what jobs?
My parents had the new idea at a clothing store in downtown Altoona.
And yours?
Well, after the war was over and I came back to Altoona and I joined the staff at the New Idea store, and we operated that for about 20 years. Built one of the first stores at Logan Valley Mall and closed the store on 11th Avenue and merged the Logan Valley Mall store into the bigger company, into the Bon-Ton. And that lasted for so many years. And after that was over is when we got into the real estate business. And all of the time that we were doing this, we, of course, were active at Temple Beth Israel. Anna Bernice, better known as Sissy, served as president of the sisterhood a couple of times, and she and Marilyn Mulfeller once or twice even served as co-presidents. I served as president of the congregation and member of various executive committees, which I still do after X number of years. And our family, of course, was all born and raised at the temple. Kathy and Marcia and Jonathan. And over the years, they had a group of Sunday school people, much like yourselves, and like what was then the youth group that Mrs. Kadane also sponsored, sat around this same table for a lot of their gatherings. So we have a long history of doing this sort of thing with Temple Beth Israel.
Mel, what did your parents do? What were their jobs?
My father came out of the First World War with a service-connected disability. He did various things, but his abilities were limited. He passed away when I was 17 years old.
He was gassed in the first war.
Oh, wow.
My mother did various things to keep the family together.
Did your family speak any other languages?
My mother spoke a fluent German because her mother spoke German. She was an immigrant.
So your family came from Germany?
No, not her father. Her father was born in New York, but her mother was an immigrant.
Oh.
He met her in Philadelphia. She had a sister who was married to a druggist. It's an interesting story. He had stomach problems, and he went into this drugstore to get something for his stomach, and he met his future wife in